Hi, my name is Milan. I'm going to show a little bit more technique on the sneaky goblins with or without the wall breaker. I prefer to use the wall breaker. So let's go. I don't need trophies or loot, so I'm just doing this as an example. I'm going to look at not the loot, I'm going to look then at the town hall where it's situated because I always want to get my 1 star. If it's centralized, there might be gaps, so don't jump away from it too quickly. That's a nice example. It's very classical. Here, a wall breaker can actually work. But let's not go higher grade yet. Let's just make it very simple. I'm going to take 4 earthquakes to break the wall and cause damage to the town wall. Then I'm going to take my sneaky goblins and just take out the collectors that's too close by, and I don't want them to run all the way to the collectors. I want to just clear a pathing for them. Very similar to other principles when you do attacks. You clear pathing. Okay, so that's 30 seconds done. Now I'm going to run them in, just a couple. I'm going to run in 3 to check if there's major traps, and then I'm just going to wait for things to settle a bit. If there's no major traps, I'm going to run in another 5 or 6, and that might actually be enough, especially if your tunnel is close to the edge. And down goes the tunnel. In addition to that, you can then always go for loot as well. For example, with the gold, you can drop 1, 2, 3, then take out the storages. I prefer to go for large storages and leave the collectors, because I want to save my sneaky goblins that I can continuously grab gold and elixir for at least an hour. Just retrain them and go back in again. I'm busy on my tablet and on my computer. You see there's a gap, but it's going to run in just too far to make it worth the while. Too far. Too far. You can see if the base is really busy, there will probably not be gaps. If it's an open base, you'll get to know it and guess there's a gap. For example, there's a gap. Now I'm going to use the wall breaker to show how you can deal with that as well. And the wall breaker will train quicker than 4 earthquakes. So you rather want to break it open. So let's take 1. It might not work because it's very strong walls, these, but a second one will blast open. It's splash damage as well, which is awesome. Okay, so that's 2 super wall breakers. Now I'm going to run just 2 or 3 sneaky goblins to see where they path to. Okay, see there's a town hall. Not a town hall, your clan castle. Clan castle I think will take 4 to take down. There we go, it's down. Another sub technique is that if you don't see a lot of traps or goblins, or skeletons or clan castle troops that's in the way, you can always draw them away by dropping sneakies outside the base. If you want to see again where that gap was, you can click anywhere or press anywhere, and it will display, supposed to display the red It's open, although I can't remember where it is. Then I'll run in another 4 or 5. Oh, there's a boulder busy. That's irritating. So let's just take it. That's probably the craziest can be if there's boulders healing it up, but it's actually fun. We just have a proper couple of more. You can see I've got still enough left. Again, you could have checked for collectors that might be full. I wouldn't do this, but what you can do is you can take 1, 2, 3, 4 collectors. You can take them down. It's all about how many sneaky goblins you've got trained up. You can even run in another one. You can even run in your wall breaker. I typically put in a sneaky just to distract them, and then when it becomes visible, I run in my wall breaker. But again, as I said, these walls are a bit too strong, so it won't break. But that's the principle you'll use. I still want to show the last one where I've selected one that's too far away from the edge, or where I just misjudged a little bit. But I'm going to select one that's close to the edge, and then I'm going to rush them in with my spell. It's only one spell, so it's a lot of work you get from that. If you go through a lot of bases, you see a lot of stock standard bases, which is also not a bad thing. You start to recognize the bases, and you might even associate it by war attacks. Okay, there's an example. It's very close. So I could have either used a wall breaker on that one, 2 wall breakers in fact, or I can bust it open. So I'm going to bust it open with my spells, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to be so quick. I'm going to just see one test. Oops, I didn't see the storages. So let's just quickly take the storages out. Once they are out, it's another test. I use it very sparingly, but my sneakies. I can pull it away again. You can see these skeletons can be very irritating, so typically I will pull them away with one of the sneaky goblins on the edge. Then I'm going to drop that one, and it's probably going to be 7 is probably going to be enough. No chance. Goes down. Okay, that's basically it. Not much more to sneaky goblins. You grab the gold and you go to the next one, and you fill your storages quickly. So Town Hall 11, go and unlock your sneaky goblins and super wall breakers. So before Town Hall 11 already, get your goblins as close as possible to that level 7 requirement for the goblins and the super wall breakers. Have fun. See you again.